those things involved this evening. I would like to introduce my wonderful colleague and very talented colleague, Ms. Carolyn Finley, and she has a couple announcements and an introduction to make.
Well, we are very fortunate to have a composer with us tonight from New York City. And Flannery, why don't you join me on stage? This is Flannery Cunningham. And we have had the pleasure of working on a piece that was specifically written for us this fall. And so I've asked Flannery if she would share a few words about the composition and the structure of it, so you can follow along better with us. And on behalf of the cast, we wanted to give you our signatures. You're going to be the famous one, but we still love you.
I appreciate this.
The
It's
first-
going to be worth big bucks one day.
The first of many posters of this show, I hope.
I'm just going to give you that.
Thank you so much to both of you. I really So I won't bore you too much with telling you all about the show before you see it, but just a few words. So Carolyn and I spoke a number of months ago about writing something that was really tailored to the wonderful singers here at St. John's and St. Ben's. And I wanted to write something that suited the forces that we had here, and also Carolyn wanted something that maybe felt a little more sort of musical theater in style than my background, which is more in opera. So I worked very hard at thinking, how could I do something that really felt persuasive as a work of musical theater, in which there's both spoken text, there's acting, and there's also singing, there's also music delivered. So I worked hard to sort of figure out a way to structure that, and I hit upon this practice of tableau vivant, which is sort of freezing in the pose of paintings to create a living reproduction of the painting. My mother, who's here, is a visual artist.
Louder,
A little louder, sure.
So says the mother.
Exactly. The mother will tell me I spoke too quickly, too. So, at any rate, my mother, who is here, is a painter. So she made some wonderful suggestions of painters' works that I might look at. And I found this Norwegian painter named Harriet Backer. And I loved her paintings. You'll see them throughout the show tonight, projected on the screen. They're really gorgeous works, and I found her life story very interesting too. She had a sister who was a concert pianist and a composer, which in the late 18th and early 19th century was not a usual thing for a woman to be, nor was a very successful painter a usual thing. So they also sort of had different paths in life, in that Agatha, the pianist-composer sister, had a family and had to spend a lot of time teaching lessons and supporting her family and caring for her children. Whereas Harriet made a very conscious decision that her arts and the family life were not compatible in the world that she was living in. So I was intrigued by this dichotomy, and I made a sort of parallel modern story in which I'm imagining a fictional Minnesotan woman coming home after college and trying to really figure out what she wants to do with her life, whether she wants to pursue painting, and finding some of Harriet Backer's sketches up in her mother's attic, and being inspired by those, but also drawing conclusions from them that are perhaps different from the conclusions that her romantic partner draws from the work of Agatha. So they both get artistic inspiration from these two artists, but they also sort of draw different conclusions about what might make for a really good, satisfying life. So it's really, it's a love story at its core, and it's something that should be universal, I think. So I very much hope you all enjoy it, and thank you for coming and for having me.
I think that's the last of it. What's that, Mom?
Oh, just something you said when you were little. like a little poem. I wrote it down because I thought it was so beautiful. We were driving and you were in the back seat, and all of a sudden you said, "Mom! The sunlight is bathed in white!"
Guess I used up all my poetry before I got to school. Remember my B- on the poetry unit in 6th grade?
They just didn't appreciate your artistic sensibilities.
Mom, what are these? These sketches are amazing. Can you read this?
Mama, would you look at this? Mama, can you see those shades? The paint is like clay made of sky and wheat, of sun and slate, layered thick as the wood where it cracks on the banks. Mama, who is this? Mama, it says her name, Harriet. Who was this Harriet? And where in the world did she learn how to paint? What I see when I close my eyes, the colors behind my eyelids. The colors, the colors, like light on a brush, the shadows, the hush, the bluster, the thunder of the colors, the colors, the colors. The world on the page, the lighting the stage for wonder. Mama.
Really, these sketches are incredible. Where did you get them?
I don't know. Your great aunt, maybe? We got a lot of her things when she passed. The note's in Norwegian, though. I can't make heads or tails of it. You should bring it by your grandfather's. He's dying to see you anyway.
Look there. There's a date there. And what must be a place, Christiania.
Oh, will you look at her? Oh, yes, I know that gaze. She is as young as I was when I first left home. My sister roamed, and I followed, and I saw the colors, the colors, the colors. The word on a page, the lighting the stage for my wonder. I wonder.
Tom, I didn't think you were getting him until tonight.
Oh, I caught my first ever lucky break and made an earlier flight. Oh, I couldn't wait to get home. I thought I'd surprise you.
Oh.
What Welcome home, Tom.
Thanks. Oh man, I see the work has already begun. So you couldn't give us Hardworking graduates just 1 week off after finals and all?
Well, Miss Studio Art over here hardly had any exams.
They had macro.
Weeks ago. It's high time you got through sorting through all these old things.
Man, these are going way back. 2nd grade? You kept our leaking monkey bar records? Oh, what are these? Old scores? It's way harder than you ever played.
I don't know. Look, we just found these sketches in there too. Aren't they lovely? We don't know where any of it's from though.
These look nice. I'd have to take a closer look. Oh, do you mind if I borrow some? I promised Art I'd run by as soon as I got home. You guys should stop by when you're done here.
Go ahead, Tom. Maybe you can tell us what they're like. Hannah seems very keen on solving the mystery.
See you in a bit.
Hannah! Oh, it's so good to see you. I'm glad you could escape that attic cleaning prison for a while.
How are the tunes, Grandpa?
Good. Learned a couple new ones this year. Not too old for it yet. What have you got there?
Mom and I found some old things while we were looking through the attic. A sketchbook and some old scores that Tom was pretty excited about. And a bunch of letters, all in Norwegian. Mom said maybe you could help me figure them out?
Let me see. My, these are some funny old spellings. Most of these seem to be from a Harriet Backer
It's her name in the sketchbook.
and an Agatha. Here's a little song. A little bird sang on a linden branch by Agatha with the last name Backer Grundle. I'll bet they were related. Here. All those journeys were not for my sake, but for the sake of my sister Agatha.
But they nonetheless had a great impact on me.
And here's another in the other hand.
I do not understand how you can object to the fact that I want to become what one calls a female artist. It seems to me that a beautiful, independent future for a woman can be found in the simple of striving. If possible, to be able to present to the world an enjoyable experience, especially if that future included a way to travel and to see a little of the world. But time will decide. I just feel that there is something in me that will never give me peace, and which constantly drives me onward. For I love art so much that the desire to master it is indescribable.
Amen.
These dates are really quite early. 1865 this one is. I don't know how they ended up in your mother's attic, but they could be important. We should really take a closer look at all this.
Practice takes discipline. Moving your fingers in patterns. Over and over again.
All those hours you spent in your lessons, I used to wander the museums of Paris, looking,
Playing,
looking.
playing. Until one day, I picked up the pencil.
good to hear you play again. What was that? It was beautiful.
Oh, it's just a romance by this woman, Backer
Grundle?
Yeah.
Agatha.
Agatha. The music is gorgeous, Hannah. I don't know who this woman was, but she's good. The phrasing. I feel like for this past year, I've been reaching for my own harmonic language. Something new in mine. I'm getting there. But this is just so much more, so different. So much more unabashedly romantic than anything I write. But the phrasing. There's this grace, this flexibility. The chords are simple, but they hold a lot. I think there's a lot for me to get from these pieces, Hannah.
It's funny, I feel the same way about the sketches I found. Agatha's sister Harriet's sketches. It's such gorgeous treatment of color. Brushwork is impressionistic, but not, and they're so distinctly themselves. I feel like there's something there that I can make mine that I've been scratching away toward myself.
Agatha and Harriet, our teachers in a cardboard box.
I missed you, Tom.
Too long, too far, missing you tires my mind like the slip of the silk on a hillside that's falling away.
Too steep, too hard, standing across the river, waiting for months to pass, to find the rush to meet.
Isn't it sweet to stand together? Isn't it sweet to watch the light fade, to hear your voice dancing toward me, dancing towards us.
Your pedaling's changed. I can hear it.
It's lighter now. I've been working on it.
Yes, well, it's lovely. Light as a bird.
Isn't it sweet to stand together? Isn't it sweet to perch on a branch?
Our fingertips flying,
No summer song singing for a moment,
just for a
just for a moment. Delight in this moment. One thing I've always loved about you is you let me be complex. You let us be complex. You look with your painter's eye and you see all there is.
Well, I am large. I contain multitudes.
Oh, it'd be so different for us to be home together. I'm really looking forward.
It's good to have him back, isn't it?
I'll say, it's good to have Tom home. I don't like it, but I do lean on that boy. He's been a big help to me. His mom also. But with her working late nights, I'm just glad to have him home again.
Speaking of, how'd your appointment go the other day?
Good. Good. Still in remission, thank God. They want to keep the check for twice a month, just to make sure it doesn't come back. But for now, I'm doing good.
You've been tough about it all, Art.
I once was young, not long ago. I felt my strain between my fingers, and then a pain, and then another. Old age came overnight with pills and needles. Don't pity me, I'm doing good. But now the night air feeds on the walls of my lungs when I'm falling asleep. Held at bay just now, it circles and growls, reminds me the hours could be numbered. It shakes to leave when once I carried, I'm far from done, but oh, I'm tired. Don't pity me, I'm doing good, but only when Tom is here I remember the feeling of feeling alive. When he knocks, he laughs. It seems that last year was only a hill whose back-breaking miles are numbered. Sweetly numbered. Don't pity me, I'm doing good. But I've missed that boy.
Now, as we go throughout our days, let us reflect on each of our individual flaws and failings, looking within for how we can improve ourselves to be better, kinder neighbors to each other. Let us go forth in peace to love and serve the Lord.
Thanks be to God.
We don't leave things anymore, remember?
Nice service, huh? Kids aren't bugging you too bad, kicking the pews like they used to. Art, how are you doing? You're looking much healthier.
Susan, you always do so well with the Goodwill offering. I try, but there are just some weeks.
Oh, you know me. I'd rather live a simple life than give to a good cause. It's a frugal nature, I guess.
son Jason works at the counter at the deli. He sees Susan there every Saturday, buying a whole cake for herself. Can you imagine, just for one person, gluttony?
Brenda always tells her girls not to gossip, but wants to hear the news from the schoolyard, from the office, from the checkout line, hiding nosy ears and concern. What's new?
Blessed be the tie that binds our hearts in Christian love.
Pastor. Very well, son. How are you?
Nice to have you kids home. How's your finals going all? Remind me what you got those fancy degrees in again.
Oh, piano performance and music education for me.
Art and econ.
Well, that's a different combination.
Yeah, I know. We'll see. I think I want to study painting more.
Well, as long as you can make a living, you know.
Mike, thanks for taking the boys out on the lake the other day. They came back over the moon. Can't wait to go again.
Glad to hear it. Always happy to take them out. You know, good outside fun's the thing. Gives you an appreciation for nature. Keeps you healthy. None of this video game crap they're all playing now. Good to go out with some real young men. Kids these days can't make a decision. Grow up thinking that the world will give them all they wish for. Not like we were taught self-sufficient. Dreamers.
Mike and Saturday, talk your ear off about the great outdoors, what the kids do wrong. All I know about all the hours of fantasy baseball in his basement.
Fibber.
We share unusual woes, unusual burdens there, and often for each other flows a sympathizing tear.
Beautiful singing out there.
Hey, Mick. Oh, it's good to see you. Tell Lena thanks for the squash she brought over the other day. Your garden is really something.
Oh, well, you know, we got plenty, and a good neighbor shares when he's got plenty. Arlene, nice to see you. We missed you last week. You look very nice. Lena says hi. She's down in the cities today.
Aw, Mick, you're sweet. Not much time to clean myself up these days, running around after the boys and all. Tell Lena I'll see her Thursday.
A good neighbor, yes, well, I've seen Mick letting out his dog for its business. In my backyard, doesn't lift a hand, try to stop it. Inconsiderate.
Arlene always claims that she looks a mess, but Lena told me that she got tattoos on her eyelids, so she always looks made up. Vanity.
Frugal. Snoop.
Dreamers.
Fibber.
Inconsiderate.
When we asunder part, it gives us inward pain, but we shall still be joined in heart and hope to meet again.
It was good to see you.
And love the way she looks out the window to tomorrow. She's eyes are done recording every angle, every shadow in the room. I love the way she looks at the prairie, at the tall grass, when she sees the stalks still shaking from our running, from our playing childhood games. She sees through the grass, to the roads, to the field. I know she loves home, but I fear that she'll yield to train tracks that whisper what she needs isn't here. What she needs is here, what we need is here. Oh, I am here, Anna. I love the way you look when I call you, when I say your name, like the songs are meant for singing with two voices to each other. Anna, Anna. Anna, Anna. You look very intent.
Hey, I was just looking out. The garden's getting nice. What's up?
Well, I was just wondering if you wanted to go play cards with our nut.
They've got you turned into an old man already. I'm not quite sure I'm in the mood right now. You go on without me. I'll just lose anyway. Let's go down to the field after dinner, though.
Art, why don't you make mine extra strong this week? There he is.
Oh, hey there, Tom.
Was getting scared you weren't coming.
I'm checking out that easily.
On your base to drink?
Thinks he can come sit with the old man.
You can see him shaking in his shoes.
Well, that's what you think. I'm just getting ready to lose.
Confident.
Nice.
Definitely best.
Take a game of cards?
glow these days.
You sound like my mother.
No one learns how to mend these days. Clothing houses each other. Patching, mending, fixing, lending a hand when the world wears us out.
Cards keep it simple. Pick from the options before you know you sit wishing for something outside of your hand.
No one learns to mend these days.
Though we all sure could use to.
Everyone wants to build these days, though so much needs settling. Patching, mending, fixing, lending, keep us together. Making, breaking, thinking, making, all the glamour for Hannah.
Best to keep things simple. Pick from the options before you know you sit wishing for something outside of your hand. We find luck inside of your hand.
No one learns to heal these days, least of all Hannah. Everyone thinks they're tough these days, nails with no fear of the hammer. I know she wants to go, but oh, I fear her heart breaking. I want the world for her, and so I'll be here
Oh, it's so peaceful here. Everything just seems to matter less in all this space. What's wrong, Hannah?
Tom, I know you're not going to like this. And I'm sorry because I should have told you sooner, but my painting teacher, she thought I should study painting more. She said I had a good eye, and she pulled some strings for me at an art school in San Francisco. I just got a letter back from them, and they've accepted me. And I really want to go. Looking at all of Harriet's work has made me realize how much I love this. How much I want to spend my life putting beautiful things on canvas.
When did you find out?
I only got the letter yesterday. Tom, you should come with me. They have good conservatories out there, and we can get a little apartment, and you can write and play, and I can paint.
Hannah, we've been away 4 years. We just got back and you already want to leave again?
Not forever, but yes, I want us to leave if it'll be better for us, and I think it will.
Read this. She
composes, she says, in the quiet of the evening, when the day's work is done. Chiefly indeed in the evenings of December, when the year's work is done. What work? I ask, astounded.
Oh, all the things one has to do. The housekeeping, the children, the play, the 3 lessons I give to pupils each day.
I rise up in wrath to protest against this house, these children, these pupils swallowing up the ministrations that were meant for mankind. But she adds that it is as wife and mother that she gets the experience that makes her an artist. I collapse. I am silenced. I can only bow to the eternal truth and think how different my column would be if all artists were like this one. Here then is the reason why she never came to England before. She was too busy in her own house.
What is it?
George Bernard Shaw. About Agatha. He heard her play and he fell in love with it.
She must have been incredible.
She was. She was there for her family.
Not always. She left.
For trips and for concerts. To learn, like we did. But now we're back.
Tom, you know I think her work is beautiful. It's real and it's true and it's graceful. It's the bird on the linden branch in her songs, but it's small. It's sketched in such few shades. It's all piano songs and art songs. It's no choirs or orchestras or operas. I'm not a composer, but I think she wanted more, don't you?
Not everyone wants to paint the Sistine Chapel, Hannah.
I know. But I do. I know I can't do it here. Harriet knew too. Listen. Remember when her mother was sick? Harriet wouldn't come home. She couldn't. She told her mother it was hard for her, you can tell, but she said,
This art cannot be maintained as an additional job because it requires all thoughts and abilities.
She left because she had to. She came back, but years later, she learned what she needed to do what she loved. She did what she had to do to protect her chance to do and love to painting. I know it's not like it was for Harriet. She couldn't even have a family if she didn't want to spend her whole life watching kids, but still, there's so much I need to learn, Tom. People should hear your music. Come with me.
I can't. What about art? What about everyone here? Arnie? Your mother?
We'll visit.
Art needs me more often than that.
He wants you to go, to be happy. I know he's still sick, but he has a town full of people ready to help him. We need to grow while we can.
We can grow here, at home. But there's no magic spell in a city, Hannah. Just more people living on top of each other.
I know you want more than teaching Arlene's kids for release all your life.
I'll find it here.
Tom, I'm going. I really hope that you'll come with me. But I am going. I'll visit. I promise, but I have to go.
But Hannah, how can you leave all this?
I'll paint it. And I'll take it with me.
I am the pencil. I am the paper. I am the silhouette. I am its anchor. I am the instrument. I am the song. I'll form the borders, the contours, the brushstrokes, the portraits. the canvas stretched tight across distance. I am the palette, pigment that glistens. I know as I go, I'll miss that, I'll miss him. But I am the light.
Blue-gray, my daughter's eyes. Green, the corn in the field at the 4th of July. They are ours. Look, the colors. Oh, my wedding ring.
And the fresh rolled hay.
Black, the tarmac of new roads, a hot summer's day.
I am a traveler, I am a neighbor. I'll carry half my heart wrapped up in paper. I'll look and I'll learn and I'll find my way back. I am gone, I am here. I am fields, I am roads.
Look, the colors. They are ours. She is ours. Ours. Ours.
See now. I am the pencil, I am the paper.
Bus has left then?
Yes. A little late, but she's gone now. You know, she's crazy about you.
I know. I don't know what to do, Arnie.
Tom, Art gave this to me for you.
We shall still be joined in heart and hope to meet again. First and last time I'll ever hear him quote the hymnal.
We'll take care of him, Tom. I promise. Here's another bit I pulled out of that box this morning and translated.
Here he is.
Agatha's. It's a little torn up, but
There is no greater happiness than to compose, to create something truly beautiful, to draw something from one's own soul and send it into another. When I reflect on my time here in this narrow, underdeveloped condition, and I think of all that I could have achieved, I am sad. For as it is now, it is all small things together.
We'll be back at Thanksgiving.